This shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody, but obviously the pace of disruption has just exploded. The velocity of innovation over the last century, certainly over the last couple decades, has taken us by storm, right? And it's all first and foremost grounded by evolution of computing power, right? Computers used to take up rooms probably this size, maybe not quite this size. But today, the size of that computer now is in our pockets. And microprocessors, computing power, cloud computing, this has all pretty much democratized the business landscape to allow for new innovations to come into our world, into our lives at a clip that we've never seen before. I love this quote. I put this on the slide because it illustrates the fact that disruption comes, and ultimately the forces of disruption today, right, are creating a perfect scenario for businesses to either explode in value or completely disappear. And we are seeing that starting to happen. Certainly the explosion of companies coming into our world has taken the markets, both public and private, by storm. And this chart kind of illustrates, certainly over the last 4 years, you can see the cluster of startups that have come into our world. And these are only the ones that are worth $1 billion or more. These are unicorns, right? And you can just see that like the clustering of these companies and how many there are has created a new world order, right? And this is super interesting because when you start to look at what that's done to public markets, certainly, right? Over the last 20 years, half the S&P 500 has disappeared. Half the S&P 500 doesn't exist, right, from 20 years ago. And the average lifespan of a company in the S&P 500 has dropped from just under 70 years, 67 years, to less than 15. So these titans of industry, these companies that have established themselves as the kind of the roots of business, are now kind of relegated to the lifespan of like a golden retriever. Right? I mean, it's kind of funny to think about it, but when you look at this, it creates a level playing field for lots of different types of companies. And as a business owner or an executive or a CEO, this kind of chart would scare the crap out of me, right? Because it shows me that everybody in this world, every company, every organization, across every vertical, right, is in the crosshairs for potential disruption.